How's it going? Sonny here. My hands. Today we do have Storm Collectibles Zangief. Unless you were a product of the ghetto or the hood, Zangief. Obviously you recognize him from the hit franchise Wreck-It Ralph. He was also in a video game called Street Fighter. Well, actually, he was in a video game called like Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter 2 Hyper Edition, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Tournament Edition, Super Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter EX plus Alpha, I think he was in, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter 3A plus, Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 4.5, maybe Marvel vs. Capcom 1, 2, or 3. He was probably in Pocket Fighter. I think he was in Puzzle Fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, he was in those things. But you probably recognize him from Wreck-It Ralph. But we'll go ahead and take a look at this figure. So we'll get 1 million points on the board right there. And get him out of this comfy little couch. And take a look at him. So obviously he's a Storm Collectibles figure. So it's kind of noisy. All the plastic rubbing up against itself. But he's a pretty cool figure. If you like Russians, I know they're not the hottest thing right now, but if you do like Russians and Russian figures, you might like this dude. So with 1 million points on the board, we'll go and take a look at the accessories that he comes with first. Obviously he doesn't. This isn't his default head right here. This is the head that I prefer because it makes him look more hardcore. Pointy beard, mohawk, blood dripping out of his mohawk. I almost think that he doesn't actually have a mohawk. He found a mohawk and stapled it to his head, and that's why he's bleeding. But his default head, something like that right there. He does come with four different heads. So you got this one. It's kind of more of an angry, like, don't you talk about the Soviet Union? Rah, Soviet Union. This is, like I said, his default head when he's just like waiting in line at Taco Bell for too long. He kind of gets a concerned look right there. He has a roller coaster head when he's riding down a roller coaster. It was a bigger drop than he expected. He's gonna be screaming his head off. So he has that screaming as well. And as we said, the mohawk stapled to his head sculpt as well. He also comes with several sets of hands. Here I do have his pimp slapping hands on him right now. He also comes with grabby hands in case. Actually, these are the same hand. Let's see. There we go. They're not very different, so I got confused. He has the grabby hands. These are, if he's grabbing big boobs, he's grabbing slightly smaller boobs. He also has those hands for it as well. He has pointer finger hands. That way he can point up to the sky. He can point at people, do the finger guns. Hey there, Jack. Glad to see you at work Mondays. Ain't that right? Does a little, finger gun. Clicks his tongue. Jack's like, oh yeah, hi, hey, Zangief, weirdo. He can do that. He has fists. These are his default hands. When you pull him out the package, he has these fists on. Like I said, pimp slapping hands on him right now. He also has gelatin hands. I don't know if you're familiar with the Street Fighter story or the Street Fighter lore, but in Street Fighter or Hyper Street Fighter 2 Super Tournament Alpha EX plus A edition, he makes a pact with a voodoo witch and turns his hands to gelatin. So he does come with those gelatin hands from that bizarre story. There they are right there. And he also comes with this fireball. As you can see, you put this pieces together and you can put that on his hands. Put it on his jello hand. And you'll see a picture later. But basically you snap it together. So for all the accessories that it comes with, because he does come with quite a few accessories, we'll go ahead and give him an additional, we'll say 27,136 points for all those accessories that he comes with. Now, as I stated, he is a Storm collectible. Normally the articulation is really good. His is a bit limited due to his swollenness. This is the red underwear edition. I do believe that they have released blue, green, and maybe black as well coming up soon. Apparently they're exclusive to different places or special editions, but I have the red ones. So whatever your gang preference is, you can find Zangief's underwear to match your gang preference. I don't want you to go to your next gang meeting and you got the wrong Zangief with the wrong underwear colors, and then you end up getting kicked out of your gang or whatever, or someone drops dime on you. You gotta start doing federal time. So please be aware of what color underwear you're buying before you purchase a Zangief. Now I do like that he has this chest hair right here that is shaped kind of cool like that. The leg hair looks like little flames. I'm liking that as well. These cuts show that he was, you know, I don't know, playing in glass or something. I don't know why he has so many cuts, but he does have cuts. I mean, he's a wrestler. I don't know. I've never seen like Guile or Chun-Li hit him with a chair or a fluorescent light bulb, whatever wrestlers use. I'm not sure where he got them cuts from, but they are detailed like little scarred up stuff, or like, you know, he was taking out something out of the oven, wasn't paying attention, dropped it, hit his leg, and it burned him. They also look like burns that people that work fast food, or not food, but food industry tend to have. So the amount of detail that he has, the back muscles, we'll go ahead and give him additional 13,789 points for all the detail that he has. One thing that sucks, that I don't like, we're gonna go to just his crotch. Not a fan of his crotch. And it's not because I'm like, oh, I don't like dude crotches. Well, actually I should say that. I'm not a fan of dude crotches to begin with, but his is kind of bad. When you spread his legs apart, it's a weird gap in there. And if his underwear comes to the side, you see this weird skin, flesh blade. So if I want to make him do a high kick, I can't make him do a high kick too good, you know, over here, because then you'll see that weird blade. So I wish that would have been hidden a little bit better. I don't know how they would have done that. I'm not a toy designer, I'm just a toy buyer, so I don't have a clue how they do it. But because they didn't do whatever my imagination is saying could be done, we're going to go ahead and knock off, we'll say 1,316 points. Because it looks weird. Also my paint rubbed right there. As you can see, that sucks. Now I can never photograph him from his left side because that paint will be there. And you're probably like, Sonny, you could just Photoshop that out. I could, but I don't want to. I'm lazy. So I'm going to take off 57 points for that paint rub right there. Like I said, Storm Collectibles, so it's noisy. He can bend over a pretty good amount. That way if his opponent is smaller than him, he can still be like, what'd you say to me, you punk? And they'll be like, oh, I didn't say nothing. I didn't mean it. He'll be like, alright, cool. Let me just lean back up. He can lean back up like that. His arms come up pretty high for a chunky dude. They come up pretty high. Like, I'm not even a chunky dude and I can't get my hands up that high. He can though. So, you know, if he's, you know, they're doing YMCA, he hit that Y like it's nobody's business. As far as like the M, I don't know if he can hit the M. So you can do YM. Is it C like this? YMC And then, you know what, screw it, let's finish it up. Can he do YMCA? I'd say that's a pretty good YMCA right there. You know what, the fact that he could do YMCA, we're going to go ahead and give him 5,876 points. So he can straight up do YMCA if he wanted to. I guess that would look cool if you get the other colors, Zangief's. You could have him do YMCA all in line. I may do that and then just change the color of his underwear in a photo editing software and do that YMCA right there. I haven't decided yet. But if you wanted to, you could clearly do YMCA with this Zangief. Now, as I said, he does have chunky legs. If you ever had held a chunky baby, you know that their legs don't bend as well as skinny babies. So they, about that right there. That's all he's gonna do. If you wanted to have him do a walking pose, he could do that. Because his feet are wide enough so that he can pretty much stand however you pose him. I say that, but I probably can't get him to just do whatever I want now at this point. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, he can pose however you want to put him. I don't exactly know why you would pose him like this. Unless maybe you pretend like someone was hitting him from this side right here. He was falling over. You could do it that way. But the fact that he's a chunky dude that can pose decently well, we'll go ahead and give him an additional 2,111 points. Because he's pretty balanced figure. But he can balance out. As far as his hands are concerned, they are pretty easy to pull off. I said that as I kind of struggled. You can also take off these bands if you don't want those bands on them. Put his jello hands on. And there he is right there. Now, one thing that he will get points off for, he does have ugly shoulders. So we want to go ahead and, I don't know, we'll take off 138 points for those ugly shoulders. It's not too bad if you have them posed properly. If you have them straight down, it looks ugly. Of course, you got nice back muscles going. Not a bad figure at all. So if you see him, pick him up. Whatever his final score is, that's what we'll roll with. As I said, he has different colors out there. You can check out his different colors. But right now, let's go and see what he looks like compared to some other things here. So here he is next to another Russian person. Obviously, he's a bit bigger than his Russian counterpart. He's a lot chunkier than his Russian counterpart. I don't know as far as if he has more body hair than he does. They have the same beard going. He has longer hair. He has a mohawk. I'm assuming he's just as hairy as Zangief. Again, I haven't seen this actor. I forget his name. David something or another. I haven't seen him naked. I don't know if he has an OnlyFans or not. So I can't make that comparison. So we're going to say it's high on the hairiness. But there he is next to another Russian. Here he is next to a Dollar Tree paint roller. As you can see, he is shorter than the Dollar Tree paint roller. It's thicker than the Dollar Tree paint roller. He doesn't spread paint as well, I'm assuming, than this Dollar Tree paint roller. I know some of y'all are like, Sonny, why do you keep mentioning that it's a Dollar Tree paint roller? Obviously, I'm fishing for endorsements and sponsorship from Dollar Tree. So here we are with this Dollar Tree paint roller next to him. While he may have hair, this is clearly fuzzier than Zangief itself. But there he is next to this Dollar Tree paint roller. Here he is next to this card of Terry Porter from the Portland No, is that Portland? I have no idea. I don't watch basketball. It says Blazers. Is it the Trailblazers? I would assume so. But he's obviously taller than this card that I just randomly found. Wider than this card, no matter which way you have it. He's not older than this card. This card is a Fleer 91. So, this card is a lot older than he is. Probably nowhere near as valuable as he is as far as resale value goes. Now, if someone's all like, oh my goodness, Terry Porter, that's my uncle. And you're like, how do I get that card up off you, Sonny? Yeah, it's going to cost you a lot of money at that point. Other than that, it's probably not worth much. But there he is next to this basketball card of Terry Porter. And here he is next to some dikes. I know some of y'all like, Sonny, those are called wire cutters. They're also called dikes. And I like dikes. That's why I call them dikes. If you don't believe how much I like dikes, just go check out my Google browser history. Love me some dikes. So obviously he's taller than the dikes, wider than the dikes, not as sharp as the dikes. Actually, I did this and I made myself nervous because I'm looking at another screen and I thought maybe I got too close to his hand and I don't want to cut him. He does have extra hands if I do cut these fingers off, which would actually probably be in line with him being Russian. I assume Russian people cut fingers off of people that don't listen to them. I don't know. I don't watch the Russian newspaper stuff because I don't speak Russian. I can't read Russian either. But if I need to cut something, I'm probably going to use these dikes versus using Zangief here, because he probably can't get the job done. Now, if I was like playing Street Fighter and they're like, Sonny, do you want to pick Zangief or a pair of dikes? I'd go with the dikes. I know some of you are probably like, LOL, Chun-Li and Cammy. I don't know. I don't know their lifestyle. But there he is next to these dikes. So overall, I do like this figure. At first I thought he was too big to do anything. I did play with him for a little bit. Now I like play with them like, oh hey guy, hey what's going on? Hey, no much, hey I'm just over here. Oh okay. Mostly because I don't have Guile figure to play with him like that. But I did pose him around a little bit. He is, you know, Storm Collectibles. Always, I say they were always smooth joints, and that just gave me trouble. But always smooth joints for the most part. And so, if you see this figure or have the chance to pick this figure up, you might want to grab it. Especially if you're a huge fan of Wreck-It Ralph. You want to make sure that you have him to go and sit into the meetings with Wreck-It Ralph. Oh, also if you like Street Fighter games, you might want to get him. But if you like fighting games too, you can pick them up. You can finally have him battle people like from Mortal Kombat or from Tekken. You can have them set up your own fights if you want to do that. But Zangief, decent figure. Pick him up, you see him, especially like I said, if you're a fan of his media works, or if you're Russian, you want to support the motherland. Actually, you know, Storm Collectibles is an Asian company, but either way, pick them up. And stick around for the pictures at the end. As always, like, comment, subscribe, send the video to your mother or your grandmother, because they like big, bare-chested, hairy dudes, that's why. So, send it out to them. Stick around for the pictures at the end. And as always, I thank y'all for watching, and we will see y'all next time.